Hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk about something that every senior in America needs to hear. How scammers are targeting older adults in the most ordinary places, like grocery stores, parking lots, and even right at your doorstep. Scammers know that older adults are kind, trusting, and often willing to help. They use this against you. And the sad truth is, many people don't realize it's a scam until it's too late. I've been working with and caring for seniors for many years, and I've seen how these scams don't just take money, they take away peace of mind. That's why I want to share this with you today, so you feel prepared and protected in every situation. In this video, I'll walk you through some of the most common scams that are spreading right now. You'll hear exactly how these people approach, the words they use to sound convincing, and why their tricks feel believable in the moment. Most importantly, I'll show you simple, polite, and firm responses that anyone can use to stop a scammer immediately without feeling rude or unkind. So if you've ever felt unsure about a stranger approaching you in a parking lot, a phone call that didn't sound quite right, or an offer that seemed too good to be true, this video is for you. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city or state in the comments. And if you've ever had a close call with a scam, share your story. It might protect someone else. Scam number 1, the parking lot trap. One of the most common scams targeting seniors happens right where you might least expect it, in parking lots. You're finishing shopping, loading bags into your car, and suddenly someone approaches. They look worried, rushed, or desperate. They may say their car broke down, they lost their wallet, or they just need a little money for gas to get home. Their story always feels urgent, and it's designed to tug at your heart. I remember one of my own patients, Mary, a kind 78-year-old grandmother. She had just finished grocery shopping when a man holding a bright red gas can walked up to her. He said he was stranded and only needed $20 to make it home. Mary, being the generous person she is, reached into her purse. In that same moment, another person approached from the other side of her car, distracting her with questions. Before she realized what was happening, her wallet was gone. In a matter of seconds, she had lost her money, her credit cards, and her ID. But the hardest part for Mary wasn't the stolen items. It was the feeling that she had been tricked when all she wanted to do was help. For weeks after, she struggled to sleep. The stress even raised her blood pressure and left her more anxious whenever she went out alone. This scam works because it doesn't use force. It uses kindness and guilt. Seniors like Mary don't want to appear rude or unhelpful, and scammers know that. Some even carry props like empty gas cans or jumper cables to make their story look believable. The safest way to respond is short and firm. "I'm sorry, I can't help." Then get into your car, lock the doors, and drive away. Don't argue, don't explain, and don't let guilt keep you there. And if you ever feel unsafe, go back inside and ask store security to walk you out. Scam number 2, the distraction trick inside stores. Another scam that many seniors fall victim to happens right inside grocery stores or big shops. Unlike the parking lot scam, this one doesn't rely on asking for money. It relies on teamwork and distraction. One person pulls your attention away while another quietly takes your belongings. And because it happens so fast, most people don't even realize they've been targeted until much later. One of my patients, John, a 76-year-old retired teacher, experienced this during a normal shopping trip. He was walking down the canned goods aisle when a woman approached him with a smile and asked for help reaching an item on the top shelf. John, being polite as he always was, put down his basket and stretched up to grab the can for her. What he didn't notice was that while he was helping her, another person quietly slipped his wallet from his coat pocket. By the time John reached the checkout line, his wallet was gone. He stood there embarrassed, shocked, and replaying the moment in his head, realizing too late that it had all been a setup. John told me he felt foolish, and that embarrassment stayed with him for weeks. This is exactly how the distraction trick works. Scammers know seniors are kind and willing to help, so they use that kindness against them. They appear friendly and harmless, but while you're focused on their request, their partner is watching for an open purse, a loose wallet, or an unattended bag. Here's how you can protect yourself. Keep your purse zipped and close to your body at all times. Never leave your basket or bag unattended, even for a few seconds. If someone asks for help, you can still be polite, but say, "Let me find a store employee for you." That way, you protect your belongings without putting yourself at risk. Scam number 3. Fake, official-looking offers. Some scams don't happen face-to-face at all. Instead, they arrive quietly, through the mail, email, or even a flyer slipped into your door. These scams look official, with logos, stamps, or bold letters saying things like "immediate action required." They claim to be from your bank, the government, or a well-known company. But behind that professional look, the goal is always the same: to get your personal information. One of my patients, Ellen, a 74-year-old widow, received a letter that looked exactly like it came from her bank. The envelope had the bank's logo, the colors matched, and the letter inside warned her that her account might be frozen unless she verified her social security number and account details immediately. Worried she might lose access to her money, Ellen filled out the form and mailed it back. Within days, her account was drained. Ellen told me that after the scam, she couldn't bring herself to trust even real letters from her bank. She double-checked every piece of mail, lost sleep over whether she had missed something important, and the stress made her arthritis flare up worse than ever. This shows that scams don't just take money, they take away peace of mind and can even worsen health problems seniors are already dealing with. The reason this scam works so well is because it looks real. Scammers copy logos, fonts, and even addresses to trick people into believing the letter is genuine. They rely on urgency. Phrases like "act now" or "final notice" push seniors to act quickly without stopping to think. The best protection is simple. Never share personal details just because a letter, email, or flyer asks you to. If you get something that looks urgent, call your bank or the company directly using the phone number on your official statements or their website. Real banks and government agencies will never demand sensitive information through a letter or email. Scam number 4. Phone scams. Phone scams are some of the most frightening because they catch you off guard in your own home. The phone rings, and on the other end is a serious voice claiming to be from the IRS, Social Security, or even your bank. They tell you there's a problem, that you owe money, your account will be frozen, or even that a loved one is in danger. The scammer's goal is always the same: to create fear and push you into acting quickly. One of my patients, Robert, a 79-year-old veteran, received a call that shook him deeply. The man on the phone said he was from the IRS and claimed Robert owed thousands in back taxes. The caller warned that if Robert didn't pay immediately, agents would come to his house and arrest him. Scared and confused, Robert was told to buy gift cards from a local store and read the numbers over the phone. He did what the caller asked, only to realize later it was all a scam. He couldn't stop thinking about how easily he was manipulated. For weeks, he had trouble sleeping. His anxiety spiked, and even simple phone calls from family started to make him nervous. The reason these scams are so effective is the fear and urgency they create. Scammers sound official, sometimes even using fake caller ID numbers that display as IRS or bank. They want you to panic so you won't stop to question. Here's the truth. Government agencies like the IRS or Social Security will never demand payment over the phone, especially not through gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. If you ever get a call like this, hang up immediately. Then call the agency or bank directly using their official number to check. Scam number 5. Online shopping scams. Online shopping has made life easier for many of us, but it has also opened the door for new scams. Fraudulent websites and fake ads are designed to look real, offering unbelievable deals on clothing, electronics, or household items. The pictures look convincing, the prices seem too good to pass up, and the checkout process feels legitimate. But once the money is sent, either the product never arrives or what shows up is a cheap, worthless substitute. One of my patients, Margaret, a 72-year-old who loved gardening, fell victim to one of these scams. She saw an ad for high-quality gardening tools at half the price she usually paid. The website looked professional, with pictures, reviews, and even a fake customer service number. Excited to save money, she placed her order and paid with her credit card. Weeks went by with no delivery. When a package finally did arrive, it contained flimsy, broken tools worth almost nothing. By the time she realized what had happened, her credit card had already been charged and the website had disappeared. She felt embarrassed for falling for the scam and guilty for not checking with her daughter first. She admitted that she became hesitant to shop online at all, even from real websites, because she no longer trusted what she saw. These scams work because they play on excitement and urgency. Flash sales, countdown timers, and words like limited stock push buyers to act quickly. Seniors are especially vulnerable because scammers often target hobbies and interests like gardening, crafts, or health products. To stay safe, only shop on trusted websites you already know. Look for HTTPS in the web address. Check for clear return policies and avoid deals that seem far cheaper than anywhere else. If something feels off, don't enter your credit card information. And when in doubt, ask a family member or friend to help verify the site before purchasing. Scam number 6. Charity scams. One of the most heartbreaking scams targets something deeply personal: your generosity. Scammers pretend to represent charities, especially after natural disasters, around holidays, or during health crises. They use emotional stories, fake photos, and urgent pleas to get seniors to donate. But instead of helping people in need, the money goes straight into their pockets. Harold, a 77-year-old grandfather, experienced this after a hurricane made national news. A caller reached out claiming to be collecting for relief efforts. The man spoke warmly, thanked Harold for his past service to the community, and said every dollar would provide food and blankets for families who lost everything. Touched by the story, Harold gave his credit card information over the phone and donated $200. Days later, he received another call from the same number asking for more. That's when his daughter grew suspicious and checked the organization. There was no such charity. Harold was devastated. He wasn't just upset about losing money. He felt betrayed for trying to help people in need. What should have been a generous act left him feeling anxious and mistrustful. This is how charity scams work. They prey on good hearts. Scammers know seniors are often the most generous donors, so they use urgency and emotional appeals to pressure quick giving. Here's how to stay safe. Never donate through a phone call, text, or random email. If you want to give, go directly to the official website of the charity or use trusted platforms. Verify charities on sites like Charity Navigator or through your state's charity regulator. And remember, real organizations will never pressure you to give immediately. We've just gone through 6 of the most common scams targeting seniors today: the parking lot trap, distraction tricks in stores, fake official-looking offers, phone call scams, online shopping scams, and fake charity scams. Each one is different, but they all have the same goal: to take advantage of good, trusting people. And every single one of them can be stopped once you know the warning signs. I've cared for seniors for many years, and I know how upsetting these experiences can be. Losing money is bad enough, but the bigger loss is the trust it breaks, the way it makes you second-guess others and even yourself. That's why being prepared matters so much. When you recognize the signs, you take back control. You can walk away, hang up the phone, or delete that fake message without fear. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't owe strangers in parking lots or on the phone an explanation. A firm no is enough. Real companies, banks, and charities will never pressure you to act immediately or ask for sensitive information in random calls or letters. If something feels off, even just a little, pause, step back, and double-check. That pause could save you from a scam. Your safety, peace of mind, and independence are worth protecting. And the truth is, when you learn these habits, you're not only protecting yourself, you're also protecting others, because every scam you avoid is one less success for the scammers. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these scams have you seen the most in your area? Share your city or state in the comments. And if you've ever experienced one of these situations, let us know how you handled it. Your story might give someone else the courage to say no and walk away. Together, we can make sure seniors stay safe, strong, and confident, because no scammer should ever take that away from you.